Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated.
Okay, hey everybody, David here. I did end up getting my other car back. That's it there in the background. I think this is one of the most beautiful cars ever produced. So you guys can tell me what you think. And here it is. This is a 2014 Cadillac ELR. Not to be confused with the CTS. The ELR is a unique vehicle all by itself. It is hybrid, and it's a plug-in hybrid. It actually uses a very, very similar drivetrain to the Chevy Volt with a V, and more so the older Volt than the newer Volt, but kind of somewhere in the middle. It has a decent amount of power, I think a little over 200 horsepower. It has a, you can see, it plugs in. So the all-electric range is around 40 miles, which is not bad. Great looking car, and it actually performs very good, and it is extremely luxurious inside. As you can see, there's no door handle, it's all recessed. Similar to a Corvette in a lot of the ways, like, you know, it's a GM product. They do similar things. So left it charging all night. I'll probably go into a little bit more of a detailed review of this car later. But for now, I just want to kind of show some of the basics. So here's a little bit of the interior. It does use Cadillac Q, which for anyone who's used it, it looks really sleek and it's like all touch, but like much of the technology like that, it kind of sucks. But it does have a digital dash, and it gives you lots of cool little things to see. And of course it has all of the normal electronic wizardry. It's got an amazing Bose stereo. Sounds really good. Has some, I'm not sure if it's real or fake carbon fiber. Given the price point of the car, I would hope it was real. Yes, it has blind spot monitoring, crash avoidance detection, all that good stuff. Rain sense wipers, electric parking brake, like just all the normal wizardry that you would expect on a modern luxury car. And it kind of is, they try to give it a little bit more of a performance feel. My lifetime average on the car is 77.6 miles per gallon, which isn't bad. As you can see, the car has almost 31,000 miles on it. You have your battery range, and that's what this guy is over here. So it gives you your battery range, which our EV range right now is 41 miles. I just unplugged it. And our fuel range. And our fuel range is 90 miles. And if you go here, you can get to where it will show you the total. And oil life, I gotta change the oil. I've owned this car for almost 2 years and I've never changed the oil. So it doesn't get driven through gas very often. So out of those 20,000 miles, I would say probably 15 of them were all electric. So, you know, you have a 41 mile range. Yeah, it's a nice car. You guys tell me what you think. Definitely different from the WRX. So it's kind of interesting having this car back. One of the first things I noticed driving this around is the visibility is horrible. And it is even lower than the WRX, even with the lip. So kind of was thinking what I could do with this car. You know, given that it's a factory car and extremely limited production run, there's really no parts for it. So as far as modifying anything, like, you know, it would all have to be custom. There's not going to be anything that I can throw on myself, or that I can just buy and put on. So maybe wrap, maybe something like that. I don't really know. Or rims, but I really like the rims that this comes with. They're 20s and they look good, so I don't see myself wanting to change them. Again, back to the WRX. I'm kind of trying to figure out what to do next to it. I really want to go with an exhaust, but you know, what exhaust do I go with? I really want catless just because I love the sound of the turbo with catless, and I just like catless in general. I have my environmental credits. I used to drive a Prius, and we're rolling on electric right now, so I have the credit built up, like carbon credits that I govern myself. I have the credits built up to run catless on my car. So don't environmental people, don't worry. I'm just cashing in carbon credits, no big deal. So I'm good there. But I like the sound of catless. The only problem is it tends to be really loud, and I at this point at least don't feel like I want the car to be overly loud. Especially when you have insanely loud exhaust sound, it completely drowns out sound of the turbo, like coming from the front of the engine, where you can hear the spool and the blow off, which you can in the WRX right now, and I like that. So I don't really want that to go away. I want to be able to continue to hear the intake, continue to hear the whoosh of the turbo coming from the front of the car. I don't want just exhaust sound that's like piercingly loud all the time. One of the subscribers suggested getting and he actually sent me some clips of his car. Thank you for that. But he has he's running the stock WRX exhaust with a catless J Pipe and a STI mid pipe. So really just a stock setup with a catless J Pipe and the STI mid pipe. And the STI mid pipe is supposed to have larger resonators that will prevent the horrible hollow sound that the WRX has if you just go with catless J Pipe on the stock exhaust. So that's probably the setup that I really want, and that I would be willing to pull the trigger on now if I knew of somebody with an STI that doesn't need their mid pipe. So I don't need the full STI exhaust, I just need the mid pipe. So if anyone's got one out there, I will buy it from you, so let me know. The other thing I've been trying to figure out is what J pipe I want to go with. Of course I want a cheap one, so I'm kind of thinking like Depo Racing. There's a couple other ones that are, the CNT is cheap, and there's one that's sold on Amazon that's pretty cheap too, that looks decent quality. So all those are right around the $200-300 range, and that's kind of where I'm looking. I know you can go much higher on the price point of all exhaust components, and I'm still looking to stay at the very bottom of those prices. So that's kind of what I want right now, just a $200-300 J pipe, and then maybe like $200 for a STI mid pipe. If it's much more than 200, then I'm probably better off just getting a full exhaust that has big mufflers, like the pseudo exhaust, pseudo, which seems like a decent quality. Riley's Donuts in Clear Lake, really good donut place. Okay, I'm at the donut place, and there's something I was just kind of thinking about that I see people do all the time. Like anyone that makes vlogs, they always go places and they have their camera with them, and it just, like I use my phone whenever I shoot anything like just outside, unless I'm at home. But so right now I'm gonna use my phone, but just kind of strange, like going places and recording all the time. Like aren't people like creeped out? I can't really recall ever seeing anybody that's just walked around with a camera at like a store or a restaurant or anything I've been in. So kind of wondering about that, but I'm gonna try it right now, and we'll see how it goes. But you can see the front end's pretty low. I probably need to not pull up to curbs that close, because I was really close to knocking it out and busting it all up. And can I get 3 apple fritters, then one of the red, whatever that is, donuts? Yeah, and then one of the sprinkles. Thank you.
Have a great day, sir.
You too. Like the dude's like, why is this guy filming me? Like, at least that's the way I felt. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't give a shit. But I would be all creeped out. Like what are you trying to do? So now you can see the range dropped down to 39 miles. Now I just got to go right across the street to Walgreens to pick up some photos. We've had the photos there for like a month, and we were supposed to pick them up, so I'm actually just hoping they're still there. And see, I went 2.4 miles, and it went from 41 to 39 miles per gallon. So it's actually pretty accurate. I know a lot of EVs tend to, you use double the mileage for every mile you drive. But at least this one, and I'm imagining a lot of the GM ones do. I mean, I don't know. I've never really driven a Volt or anything. But it constantly adjusts your miles remaining. Not only based on the current drive, but based on your driving history. So if you, maybe if you lived by a freeway and all you did was jump on the freeway and go up to 100 miles an hour and you only got 20 miles of range, it would account for that, and it would list your range as 20 miles because it would say this is how you drive, and this is the mileage you always get, and so that's what you will get. So that part's pretty cool. So I'm gonna try to go get my pictures now. I'm here to pick up photos. It was called in a while ago, so I don't know if you put the old ones in a... Thank you. I got them. My wife's gonna be happy. She didn't know I was picking these up. So with the rest of the day, I think we just got a few more errands to run, possibly look at puppies. One of my dogs just died not too long ago, and it was pretty. My kids are pretty sad. My kids are young; they're 2 and 4, but they were pretty sad still. So my other dog's pretty old also, so we're thinking about getting another dog. So that's something that we're gonna have to look at. What I really want is a boarable Mastiff. We had one before, but she died. Dogs always die. It's kind of sad. They're all old dogs, so yeah. So it's not like the dogs died, significantly prematurely, at least. Then maybe tomorrow we will go to the zoo. Now this car has a unique feature that allows us to go to the Houston Zoo very easily. Yeah, and I just realized there I wasn't recording, so the audio up until this particular moment will sound like crap, so sorry. The Houston Zoo is, the parking lot is a complete zoo. I mean, there are so many people there and so few parking spots, it is ridiculous. I'm sure you can, if you look on it should be on YouTube, you'll find there's been fights in the parking lot over spots, like all sorts of stuff. But when you take this car, because it's electric, very, very close to the front entrance of the zoo, there are 3 charging spots. Now those charging spots are always empty. I've never seen another car in them, but they will tow your car if you're not charging an EV. If you are charging an EV, you can park there. Well, we just hop in this car, we go park in the front, throw it on the charger, and when we're done, we not only have a charged up car, but we just parked in the front for not for free, but for not much. And that's when otherwise we would have to walk like a mile or 2 each way. But that's another problem with having an EV, and I've posted on it in my Twitter quite a bit. Those charging ports are always like in the front. They're like in conveniently located spots. I mean, it'll be like in the very front of a store, of a mall. You always find people with non-EVs that park in those spots, and it is really, really irritating. Like I'm like usually not, I'm fairly calm. I don't like call people out. I'm not like a dick, but I will always call people out if I see them parking in the EV spots, because it is really annoying when you actually have an EV and you go so you can charge your car, like at the mall or at Whole Foods store or something like that. And then there's an Accord sitting in the spot, or a Suburban, and I'm like seriously, dude? Like, this is a charging spot. Like, you got a Suburban. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, park somewhere else. Like, I don't care, dude. Like, you're not. This is a charging spot. If you have a car that you're going to charge, then great. And it really wouldn't even irritate me that as much if you had an even chargeable car. Like, if you have a Tesla, you park it there, you don't plug it in. It's not going to piss me off nearly as much as just a car that couldn't even be charged. So it's like, why the hell are you parked in this spot other than just to get a closer spot? And you don't care that what the spot's actually intended for. So now I got an EV that I can't even charge. I mean, not only am I parking further, but I can't even charge my car because there's a Suburban sitting in the spot. It can be really annoying when people with non-EVs park in those EV spots. And if you do it in front of me, I will say something. I don't give a shit who you are, because that really pisses me off. So I just charge it with this is just the standard Voltec charger it comes with, and this is what many of the cars comes with. It's like a portable charger, and I just plug it into a normal outlet. Like no big deal. It just charges. It takes about 8-9 hours to get a full charge, which is fine. I mean, you just plug it in at night and it's charged up in the morning. Yeah, so no need to wire it for 220 or put in a charging port or anything like that. Not unless you need it to charge significantly faster. So right now it's 11 o'clock. I drove 5 miles on the car. And as soon as you open the door, it tells you, so charge complete by 12:30. And it is 11.
I'm getting a coaster. Don't steal brothers or not.
Don't steal his what? Why don't we just keep the coasters on the table?
Because I took them off last night to make the tablecloth.
I don't know. Daddy. Donuts.
Well,
There are probably a whole bunch of repeats of this order.
calm down, dude. What do you want, David?
Donuts.
How many do you want?
Donuts.
How many?
Donuts.
One?
Donuts.
Did you say one donut?
Yeah.
Or two? Two or three?
Two.
Just two?
Yeah.
Alright, so this is what I got. I got a sprinkle, a red,
Ooh.
and the rest is fritters. I got 3 fritters.
Okay.
I figured we could have fritters.
Yeah.
Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated. Weed is engaged in the pavement. Rubber escorts like I'm seated.